evening, good morning, good afternoon, good midnight, depending on wherever you find yourself on the globe. This is the program, The Bottom Line, and this program comes to you every Tuesday and Friday. But today is a special edition of the program. And what makes it special, we'll tell you later on. But we're going to be here with a very interesting guest, and this guest will be here to elaborate on events in Liberia. And tonight we're going to have three of us here, three panelists. Unfortunately, the rest of our panelists will not be here. They all have some serious engagement that they will be attending to. But I will let us call our own names because sometimes we pronounce the names wrongly. In Scandinavia, the people can always spell our name. So my name is Linford, but people will call me Linford. Also, not Lamford, all kind of funny way. But my name is Linford Goa. I come to you from Norway, direct on the bottom line right now. And the only lady with us is, you are muted.
Sorry. And I'm Orita Mena from Sweden in Scandinavia.
Okay. And then the other gentleman is,
the Lord Paul Cholopin of the Great Kingdom of London, and I'm precisely in Croydon.
Croydon. All the time I was in London, I didn't go to Croydon. The biggest place I know in London is the High Street and Victoria. The top tram stops, and then Kensington, and
Kensington, yeah.
yeah, some other places I went. I actually spent a few days there, but I forgot the name. But I still know the direction though, because I have good friends there. But let's say welcome to you, our viewers. This is the bottom line, a very special edition on this midweek, splitting the week into two halves. We've gone 2 days plus 1 day, and then 2 more days remaining, and we will be ending. But we'll be here on Friday with um, the actual edition, the normal edition of the bottom line. So be our guest. And simultaneously, by way of information, we'll be broadcasting, or we are broadcasting on the radio. And the person responsible for that technology is Paul the Lord Chilpley. Paul, are we on the radio, the online radio?
Linford, we are live on the radio, we're also on YouTube and Facebook, and
Okay.
also those that follow on Twitter and Instagram. We're all over the
Okay.
place.
So we all over the place. You can get us somewhere. If you can't get us on the social media, you can get us on the radio. In fact, the online radio is also social media. So, okay, and then we're going to have another panelist added to us. So the house is going to be full, and we'll be bringing our person in. But if you just joining us, let's say welcome to you. And unfortunately, where I cannot see the names of all of the people joining us. Um, I have to do something else to be able to recognize you. So if I don't recognize you or call you by your name, it doesn't mean that we're not recognizing you. But from where I sit, I cannot see you. I cannot recognize you by name. But Orita, you just want to tell us a little bit about the weather from your side, and then Paul, you also can tell us the weather from your side.
The weather from my end is the usual, Swedish weather. Not so cold, not so warm, just like we say here in Sweden, we have this thing called the jantelagen, where everything should be equal, not too much, not too little, lagom. So that's how the weather is, just in the middle.
Oh, the go low gum.
Lagom, yes.
I'm forgetting my Swedish, right? Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Glömde no. Men ja, husker art. No du snakker så jeg
I
skal
think it's
ja.
better you speak crew and basso or Gil on this program and be
No,
speaking
no, no, no,
some
my friend. We live. No, you
looking
speaking.
language
You
here, though.
live. You live in England. We are speaking English, and we live in the Scandinavia. Got to sometimes speak our Scandinavian languages.
Exactly.
You see,
Look,
because we've been cheating ourselves.
guys, speak basso, speak crew, and stop the white people language business here.
The one who's
This
speaking
is
No,
our
gotta
the planet.
represent our code now.
yeah, I want to speak Grovo to you guys. If you start speaking basso and crew, I'll speak
Okay,
Grovo.
Nafele, oh, Nafele.
I
And you
feel
know
you,
what?
sir. Nenele.
You see it? So that thing we all over the
Yeah.
place.
So just stop the thing here with the
We are
white people.
bilinguals.
So well, we just putting some little fun into it. But seriously, this is the bottom line. And we come to you every Tuesday and Friday, like I said. But today is a very special edition, and I will let Paul tell us how the weather is faring from his end, and then from there, because normally the weather is our biggest thing we talk about. After that, then we'll be going to serious business.
Well, the thing is, it's been extremely cold over here. For some reason, we had a good weather last week and then it decided to flip. So it's cold, extremely cold. And this sort of weather make me the one to get out to Liberia for better sunshine. It's freezing cold here. I know you guys in the snow, so I wouldn't ask you much about the snow weather over there.
Not really, not from my end. But Linford, I can imagine.
So I would say for those of you who joining us for the first time, kindly like our page, and then when we come on, you be notified. Today we're gonna have the all powerful perfect keys in the house, so we're waiting on him. As we wait, we can talk a little bit about Liberia, talk about other things. But to our viewers, we're also live on the bottom line online radio. We'll display that later on. We're also on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay, so but let's work on a couple of people here. Um, I think most of them are logging on for the first time on this program. The bottom line, we see Catherine, uh, Desekunla, Desek. Hmm. The name. I'm very bad with names, so please, if I'll just say Ma Catherine, okay, or Sister Catherine. Okay, and then we got Nimle Esen Saye. They want the Nimle, I guess the original no era, the crew made it, Nimle.
Yeah.
I remember I used to have a childhood friend, Nimle, and Nimle was high here. Every
Oh,
day,
this one
Nimle
is
will make
not
they will
it.
be all because we'll go out, Nimle will come trouble, we'll come home, then they will be all of us. We do nothing, but because of Nimle, they'll be up. So we got Nimle in the house, and also like we said, Sister Catherine in the house. You're welcome. Help us to share the video and also like our page so that anytime we come on, you'll be notified, and then you can know that we're on. And the program is a bottom line here. We interact with our guests and our viewers, and also we discuss the issue from the top to the bottom. This is not one of the platforms where people go to insult people. No, we do not do that here. We discuss the issues civilly, and then we give our candid opinions. But the only thing is that our opinions may not be right, and they are not wrong either. That's our opinion. That's how we feel about issues. Okay, like Paul already said, tonight we're going to be having Prophet Key, and guess what? When I posted on my page that bottom line will be hosting Prophet Key, something happened. Boom! I started to get that was almost within 30 minutes. I have more than 30 friend requests, and somebody put a send me a friend request. We ain't got any friend in common. Some of them we got only 2, 3 friends in common. I was like, wait now, why people sending me friends request? I accepted
Right?
some. I
Yeah.
accepted some, and then
Paul, he could just wrote in the comment section. He's finding it hard to log on.
mhm.
So yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, Paul, you want to say something?
Okay, I'll get out and talk to him.
Okay, no, I think he's on now. I see promote demote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in the
that's it.
background.
He's in the background. So Prophet Key is going to be here tonight, and we'll be discussing a wide range of issues. Tonight we do not have specific topic to talk about. The reason why we decided to do that is because Prophet Key is a talk show host himself, and he's okra with a lot of things that happen. And like I was talking about, earlier on during the day, a lot of people started coming into my inbox. Oh my man, we know your program to be reputable program. Why you're bringing men like Prophet Key? Just the name Prophet Key will drive people away. And I said, no, we have hosted Prophet Key before on this show. And in fact, when Prophet Key came on the show, to the surprise of thousands of people who felt that he was going to be a different Prophet Key, they found out that he's a totally different man. That this is a normal human being, like each and every one of us. He has normal life, but he does things the way he wants to do it. It's like us, like when we go to work, we are different people. So now we come home, we are different people. So every human being has one or two sides.
Yeah. And one thing I want to make this clear: a lot of Liberians, they fail to realize that a lot of Prophet Key supporters are women in all ages. And for
Hmm.
me, I'm a mother. I have a daughter. And the thing is that for me, when you look in Liberia, the council of churches, our children are dying, our daughters are being raped. You don't hear nothing. So for me, as a mother and a woman, PK, bring these things to life. He talk about it. And when he's talking about it, the frustration, sometimes, yeah, he insult President Mother because and for me as a mother and a woman, I feel like I'd rather somebody speak words are meant to be used than picking up a gun and being physical. I'm not promoting profanity. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like a way of speaking for the voiceless, it resonated with, some of us, men and women. I mean, like I said, majority of his audience are women. So let me
When we
just
were
put in our
growing,
Liberian English. That
yeah,
was noon there, he cursing. We're not saying nothing. So you're just, you're leave our prophet. You're leaving with us. When he calls us ready to cursing, we can cursing too. But
uh, when
Does
we were
but
small.
anyone have any other device on? There's a echo.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably the echo comes actually from your side. When you talk, I hear the echo. I don't hear it from my
can
side.
you,
Probably it's the
can you try
radio. Yeah, it's a radio, but try to check the volume. Okay, but to our viewers, I see Sister Catherine is asking people to share the video. Yeah, that's good. Share the video. Invite your friends. Even take your phone and call your friends. The great Prophet Key is going to be here, and people. I
he's
know
singing
why
for
people start to get afraid, and they were like, "Yeah, he's in the Bible. I think he's not yet ready." Yeah. People
okay.
started to come in. Okay, yeah, Prophet Key, I think the echo is coming from you. Your volume is loud. I just noticed. Prophet Key, you gotta lower your volume. So, people started, oh my man, your program is credible. Why are you bringing Prophet Key? So I said, no. Prophet Key, that human being. You see, and Liberian people, I mean, we haven't gone to the show, but we're just saying something now. Liberian people, we are getting to be like, we let to divide. Okay. Yeah. Marry Masoko. Okay, marry, but you like you black your camera, so that tells us that you are also say not ready yet. If you open your camera, fine, okay. And then marry, adjust your camera, give yourself what we call hair roll, so that okay, very good. Small move, yes, good. Okay, so Mary Masako is also from England. So you see, we got two English people here, and we got two Vikings here. And so,
Hey,
yeah,
Marie.
Mary, good evening and welcome to Portoland.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hello,
Marie.
Mary.
How you guys doing?
We good
We're
and you?
Oh,
fine.
forever. I missed you guys here last night.
The
Okay.
same. You were missed.
And
Welcome.
so let's welcome you, Mary, and let's welcome Daniel Sherman. I think Daniel, this is the first time, at least that I'm seeing you. Also,
My Swedish people, they rapping today.
so like I was saying, we haven't really started the show. We're waiting for our guest to really get prepared. I think he's doing something in the background there. And Prophet Key, when you're ready, just come on the screen and then we'll bring you on. But people, I got mixed reaction. People say Prophet Key, no, the name Prophet Key will drive people away. But then the question here is, when Prophet Key comes on, in 5 minutes, you get 1,000 people. So why will his presence on our show drive people away? I don't understand. So, Paul, what do you think? Why would people be thinking that way?
Well, that's a good question to ask Prophet Key himself, because he got thousands of followers, and
Mhm.
so although something I need to ask him this when he comes on, so I'll hold my question. So he might have the answer to it. He's a prophet, so he might have the answer to that.
I believe that Prophet Key will have answer to every question. But ladies and gentlemen, quickly, maybe we can run you through some of the issues that we'll be looking at tonight. Even though we do not have, this is an open mic. In fact, you the callers, you have opportunity to call. And I noticed that when Prophet Key is on, since words are meant to be used according to him on his show, a lot of people will use profanity, because that's the show that he's running. But on this show, if you are following Prophet Key on this show today, we gave you the warning, please do not use any word that we are not using here. Prophet Key knows that very well, and he agreed to it to come on the show. So when you are following him to come here, do not use any bad word on anybody here. You do it one time, you'll be off. You will not have the opportunity to follow him here. Okay? Now, every country get rule. Even hell, they get rule there. Prophet Key, rule is that words are meant to be used. So you can use any word on his show. He said you can even curse him. It matter anything. Okay? But here we do not curse, we do not use bad word. So this is our rule. And Prophet Key actually agreed to that, to be here. So when you come here, do not use bad word. Okay? Thank you very much. And so some of the things that we'll be running through today will be the hala hala. Let me put it in Liberian way. The hala hala between Prince Johnson and George Weah, because this is we're dealing with prophet. So how, as a prophet, how does he see people of God? Because George Weah is a pastor, Prince Johnson is a pastor. So how does he see people like that, two pastors exchanging words like that, talking to each other that kind of way, when they're supposed to be people that we look at as role models in society, especially one of them being a president and the other one being a leader in a de facto way. Prince Johnson is not a small man, he's a leader for the people of Nima County. Okay, so we'll be having the prophet's own explanation regarding that. Then we'll also be looking at the coming elections. Where does the prophet stand? Because he professes that he is what? No position, neutral man. He in the middle. But even if you are neutral, at a certain point, you have to take a side. So we're asking questions relating to that, whether he will take a side or not. And you'll be hearing from him. And we're asking about something that he had on his show about Stanton Witherspoon. And he'll be able to throw light on it. Now, any question I will ask the prophet, he has the option, he has the choice to say, I will answer or not. And so we're not going to ban him. Okay? Now, we can ask our question, he can choose to answer it or not. And I think my colleagues will also come up with some topics that they want to ask the prophet. So share the video, and we'll be bringing the prophet on in the next few minutes.
I think while we wait for the prophet, I think we need to play some little music and get him ready to come on while we're sharing the show.
You got something to play for us, Paul?
Yeah, so I will play I'll just play a short 1 minute video so we can bring the prophet on. This is a new start of doing something. So
Yeah,
I guess our audience will love this. This is the number one hit in the UK for our audience for the first time. It's called the Buka Dance. It was composed by the University of Liberia student called Soup. Their organization composed this music. It have gone up high. The rating is just going up. So I'm going to let this flow.
Fale wa swago bene, fale wa su bene, gigi. Sene me tama kadere, sene me go kadere, sene me tela kadere, sene me hali kadere. Sale como buga tenso, sale como buga tenso. When the man to my president, when the man to president, when the man to my president, when the man to president, when the man to my president, when the man had a president, sale como buga tenso, sale como buga tenso.
Okay, so let's say welcome, and let's see if we can formally start the program. Orita,
I think Perfect Key is not ready yet, so let's flow.
yeah, he's not ready. But Orita, you are the only lady on this show. When you hear the name Prophet Key, what comes to your mind?
Oh, a lot of things, but the first thing, like a lot of things, but one thing that always, is higher up is his way of approaching situation and happenings in Liberia. He approached it in a way where whoever is included, I don't want to use the word attack, but he put it out there. He put it out there. He don't try to say, oh, just because I know this person or my family member know this person, so I'm not going to say this or I'm not going to expose this. He exposed things concerning Liberia to all Liberians.
Okay.
To bring awareness.
Good. In other words, he does not pick and choose.
No, even when it comes to the
I know. Okay. and you, Paul, when you hear the Prophet Key, what comes to your mind?
He's a prophet. That what comes to my mind. So the prophet who can predict things that what's gonna happen. So I see him as a prophet. So and in the Liberian setting, he always come up with some things that he predicts. So prophets always call the shots. So I expect the prophet to predict something here tonight. So,
okay, but let me ask you this question before I go to Marie. Do you have any example of something that Prophet Key predicted and it happened? Any example? Or you don't have? If you tell me, I'm not questioning you. I'm just because
Marie, she's eating.
No, I'm asking you, Paul.
So Prophet Key, I follow his show sometime, and he a straight shooter. What do I mean? He say it the way he see it, and I see somebody like him who very street smart. Things that he will say other people may not pick it up. So he been around the block. He know a lot of things. So yeah, I see him as a person that a straight shooter. It's what you see about him, what you like, you hate him or you love him. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Marie, I guess you have heard the name Prophet Key before. What comes to your mind in the first place every time you hear the name Prophet Key?
Oh, I heard the name, but I've never really kind of like pay attention. Like kind of like I heard the name, but I've never really kind of like pay attention to his show or the character. So it's tonight I'm actually gonna meet him.
Okay,
and I'm actually gonna first time kind of like engage with his activities.
Okay, somebody got some children talking in the background, so it would be wise if you let them go away a little bit. Let's welcome Zule Wesley, and Monian Louis, welcome to the show. This is the bottom line where we discuss the issue. I don't know, for some reason, Prophet Key is stay out of the
Yes,
bike. He's
he's
there.
sitting.
He's actually there, but he's not yet seated. So okay, now we see that he's trying to get seated, and then the moment he's seated um will be bringing him on. But I've asked all of you when you hear the name Prophet Key, what comes to your mind? So let me ask myself, because since you guys don't want to ask me, let me ask myself. What do I think when the name Prophet Key comes? When the name Prophet Key comes to mind, the first thing I think about is uh, a man who defies the odd. Is the man who pulls the bull by the horn. The man who will, who will tread on the grounds that most people would not want to tread on, at least by talking. I don't know how brave he is physically or in humor. Like, if you say don't pass here, and then he will dare to pass there. But when you talk about talking, you say do not say it yet. Prophet Key will say it. So that's one of the things that comes to my mind, that he's at least on that side, in that aspect, where he will be brave to say what others do not want to say. Prophet Key will say it. But like I said, I don't know physically, like if you tell him you draw a line, say do not cross the line, whether he will cross it or not, that I don't know. But talking, Prophet Key will talk it. There's some music. I think from the June 7 protest long time ago, they say Prophet Key will talking, So Prophet Key will talking. And the reason why I think he will talk it is because when he talk it, at least he talking it from far place, you can't get him. But if you say don't pass there, he's physically present with you. He say don't pass it, I don't think he will pass it.
No, but Olinfa,
Yeah.
what you're saying, the thing is like with PK, and I think this is one thing a lot of, okay, I'm not just going to generalize, but Liberians, they forget to know the fact that, I mean, being brave, you got to be smart. Like you said, I mean, he's smart. I mean, he is brave, but at the same time, he is smart enough to know that, like, he wanted to go to Liberia, but he knew that, the government were waiting for him. So he's a smart man. He said, okay, why go and risk my life?
Okay, so I
So
think that's a good point. So
he can
Prophet Key
be
is
brave,
on
but
now.
he's stupid enough to try to go against certain, rules and regulations.
Prophet Key, do you hear us? Oh, you are muted. Just unmute yourself.
Can you hear you?
You are hearing me too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we hear you.
yeah.
Okay. And
Okay, that's good.
yeah, we guess you are ready. So we want to say welcome to the bottom line. This is not the first time you are here. If you remember, you were here a couple of months ago, last year. I don't know how long that has been, at least more than 6 months. And you are here tonight again. And we want to say welcome to you. And how you doing?
I'm doing great. I don't think I will forget that we're here before.
Yeah, prophets don't forget. Okay, you see, everybody look at you, they call you Prophet Key. Prophet Key. Even I was saying that I don't know your real name. What is your real name?
Oh, Limfa.
Yo,
You
wait.
see, the other time I came here, I called my name, but now you forget. My name is Neya Bokua Opa Yezem. Neya Bokua Opa Yezem. Prophet Key is my title.
Okay.
It's my prophetic title because I told you that I got my own religion. So in my religion, I'm called Prophet Key. But I'm called Neya Bokua Opa Yezem.
Okay. And the reason I asked, not that I don't remember your name, you always calling that name, even on your own show, and you gave the meaning. Neya Bokua is a girl name. It means all children cannot look the same, or they can resemble the same. Even identical twin will not look the same. So Neya Bokua, that's it. Yeah, that's it. The meaning of that name. Okay. And so the reason I ask is a lot of people know only Prophet Key. They don't know the actual name, Prophet Key. Okay, Prophet Key. You are on the bottom line, and you know our grand rule, right? We don't use words. Every word here we can use some word, but not all. Hey, you know that?
You know the thing is, you always intimidate me.
No, I'm
Yeah.
intimidating you. Because your name, your
It's wrong.
no, listen,
No,
Prophet Key.
because you see, listen, yeah. One thing, when you go to a room, you act like the Romans.
Very
This
good.
is not my show. This is your show. The show got rules, but always you intimidate me. Always. You try to, I don't know, you try to push me to the wall to misbehave. I don't know. Because I don't think I'm going to behave the way I can be on my show. And you're not going to do that.
Very good.
It's not my first time coming here, but you can always intimidate me. And it should not be like that.
No, very good. Yeah, Prophet Key, it will appear. I'm sorry, but you are our guest. I don't intend to push you. That, you know, everything I do, I got reason for it. Today, when I posted that Prophet Key is coming on the show, a lot of people bombarded me. Oh, the name Prophet Key will drive a people from your show. And out there fighting for you, defending you. Because I know that you have been here before, you have never done that. And out there defending you in your absence. So I just want to convince those people. See, even though I know 100%, I know that you will not do that because you promised us before, you abided by your promise, and today you promised to come, you abide by it. But always they get doubting Thomas. You are a prophet, you know. They get doubting Thomas. They will say, "Oh no." So at least it comes from your own mouth. So guys, do you have? Does anybody have any question to start with Prophet Key?
Welcome to the Butterland, Prophet Key. It's good to see you again. It's good that you're here. You're looking sharp. It's been a while. Happy New Year and welcome to the Butterland. And just to let you know, this is also aired on our online radio. We've been followed online as well. So it's good to see you, my brother. Welcome on Butterland.
It feels good to be here, as always. And thank you for having me.
Okay. So the last time you were here, it was just few men. And then today you get your daughter, Missy, she's here, and another lady on the other side, Marie. So they will introduce themselves to you. And your daughter mentioned a lot of good things about you. So we expect this program to be on.
And I daughter.
Oh, that sister. Okay.
I was just about to say that, boy. He looked too young.
Well, it doesn't matter in a Liberian sense. You can be young and have an older daughter. So that's the thing.
Get my age,
Yeah, so it's good to have PK here. PK, welcome back. The professor, the prophet, the knowledgeable God. Welcome to the show. Let's flow. Marie, introduce yourself to the prophet, and then let Orito start the ball rolling.
Marie, you are muted.
Yeah, hello. Lovely to meet you, Pumpty. Is it Pumpty, your name, sir?
Prophet Key.
Sorry, Prophet T. Lovely to meet you.
Key.
Oh, sorry, Prophet Key. Yeah, it's lovely to.
Yeah.
I have heard a lot about you, but I haven't really kind of like sat down to kind of like do research on you. But because it's it's always been like politics, and so I haven't really kind of like sit down and kind of do grounded research or to kind of get to know you that much. So it's great to have you on the show tonight. Well, I heard
you sounded too British.
He lives in England.
Right.
No, but Marie will try to speak like very English. Marie will try.
What? No, I get a problem with that because my niece in England, I get people in England. So it does remind me like my niece talking to me now. So.
That your niece, that your niece age group, she know Michelle. So that's
okay. I think Orito, you don't need any introduction to Prophet Key in the meantime, or unless you want to do it, because I want us to. We've gone 30 minutes, so I want us to go directly into the show. Prophet Key, you are here, and we'll be asking you questions. You can choose to answer. You can choose to hang it, but I know you will answer questions. First of all, Prophet Key, you have always told your audience that you are no position. Are you still no position in the Liberian politics?
I'm always no position, and I remain no position.
great.
To balance the equation.
Okay, thank you. We have a few months, not less than a year away from elections. As a prophet, how will you predict this election? Is it going to be a fair, free, fair, and peaceful election? Speaking from a prophetic view.
First thing first, this election will not be a free and fair election. Okay, the election will be tough. It will not be free and fair. There will be ups and downs. The election will end in Zialetule. When I say Zialetule, it means it will end in confusion.
How so? What you think will happen?
Because the CDC government want to stay in power by all costs. And now when you look at the political background, it's not in their favor. But they want to stay in power by all costs. And we all know Africa. People that are in power, they can do everything to remain in power. So the election will end in Zialetule. That for sure I know.
Okay. Anyone got any question for the prophet?
Yeah, PK, I want you to go in more on, like, when you say, we all know on the on your show today, but when it comes to Liberia, what type of Zialetude do you mean? Is it like, okay, I will let you explain the kind of Zialetude.
Okay, when I say confusion, it means that the election will end in riot. People will be on in the street there. People will be vandalizing things. People will be burning things. And even people will lose their life. Mark all these things down. People will even lose their life. And international community, our foreign partner, they will add their voice and ask George Weah to step down. They will ask George Weah to step down, to step aside.
Okay, I want to follow up. I want to follow up on that. Let's make it conversational. Are you saying it just by imagination, or have you seen prophetically? Have you seen some vision?
No, first thing first, I predicted this year is the year of freedom, is the year of breakthrough, okay? And it's a year of liberation. And you know that liberation does not come that easy. You have to fight for it, okay? So this year I've already predicted there's a year of breakthrough, it's a year of liberation. But looking at the political landscape, looking at Liberia now under the CDC desperate government, okay, they will not let it go. And you can see even in the coalition, it's shrinking. Yesterday, they had another signed agreement, and today they had another signed agreement. The petition, the president before, they signed agreement. That doesn't happen. So you can see that they are forcing things. Things is not working, but they're forcing it. So they will force it to the election. We are even talking about election now. The election commission, the chairperson said that because there's supposed to be a biometric voter registration from March 20 to April 19. But now the money are not available for it. The company that's all pre-financed the project, the company said they don't get money. The government's supposed to give actually 4.6 million, 4,600,000. But the government may get 14 million Liberian dollar, which is equivalent to $89,115.21. That's the money that the government get. Just 1% of what the people want. So even we are talking about the voter registration now, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. That's the first thing that's happening. Not possible. So they will just rush the thing and do it something away. The whole election will end in confusion. Just mark my word. I'm saying it not from the prophetic, how you call it, and saying, but from from visualizing what I see, physically, what I see, and the way things are unfolding. The election will end in confusion. Keep it on the record and you'll see it. We'll come right back here, we'll discuss it.
Paul?
Wow. Prophet Keith, this is what I like you, your straight talkers. You get to the point, and people who are straight talkers, they don't shy away. Nima County, your own county, have always been the decider of election in Liberia. Today, we have Jeremiah Cohn, Tewon Gonglo, and another guy called, I think, Mr. Wopu. He also running. So, with all of these things that's happening with the Prince Johnson party not signing with the having signed their coalition document with the ruling establishment, from your own perspective as a prophet, can you predict what Nima County will be the deciding factor in this coming election?
No, when I look at the way politics play in Lima vote will be divided. It will be divided because there are many predators on the ground. They will devour the Lima vote. It will not be like a decisive vote that Prince Johnson won't carry the vote. No, it will not be like that. Everybody will get a part of it. Everybody will get a part of it, but I think in the end, Prince Johnson will carry a little bit higher than others. But everybody will get a part of Lima cake in this election year. So Lima will not be decided now because everybody will devour.
Okay, Prophet Key, you have earlier on expressed your willingness to throw your hat inside the ring to be senator for Nima County. Do you still hold that view, or do you still live that dream?
No, not now.
Why? Why did you draw back? Are you afraid?
Because there was it's not become a threat. There was no security for me.
You have supporters, I believe, in Nima County that
my,
even
my,
made you.
My supporters are not security.
Yeah, that's fair.
My supporters are not security. Who provides security? The government provides security.
Mm-hmm.
The government depends already how you call it in the state. I'm one of the most hated talk show hosts. People just take it a big joke, but I'm true. It's reality. The vice president said one time to someone that Prophet should not come in the country because it will kill him. She only said it someone.
Yeah, we are on the show today. It's an open mic. We ask, it's open. Any question I come to our mind, we ask. Now, listen, you just said that you are one of the most hated, or in fact, the most hated talk show hosts from Liberia. Now, you live in a country and people know exactly where you live. Have you had any physical threat on your life?
Yeah, many times. There was a time even people came to my house, they wanted to kill me. You were on social media. It happened around 2019. And since then, I went in Celine Dion. Now in the country, nobody knows where I am.
So you're in hiding?
Yeah, I in Celine Dion.
Okay, great. Yeah, Paul, go.
No, let Orito flow down, okay, because Prophet Keith said something just now. I just want to follow up about his.
I will come after. I will come in after.
Okay, he's the most hated talk show host, which I tend to agree with. But Prophet Keith, something really strange here. You are the most hated talk show host, especially among men. But women seem to love you more because I watched one of your programs. You had over 17,000 viewers, and I was going through 85% of they are women. And if you say you are the most hated talk show, how come women so love you and the men are kind of hate you? I mean, talk to our audience here, Prophet Keith.
When I say hated, I'm not hated among ordinary Liberian. Okay, I'm hated in the governmental cycle.
Right.
Now, where the hate coming from? And let me tell you about women, like I always say. When women see evil, they know. They are very sensitive to evil. When women see someone who pretending to be wicked and not wicked, they know. Let me give you an example. take a knife and give it to your wife or your daughter and give her a chicken and tell her to kill the chicken, where is she kill it? You think she'll kill the chicken?
No.
She'll not do it. That's a psychological plan giving you right there. Women, they are fear of evil and they really don't do evil. When you see woman is wicked, she has been molded by a male. She has been pushed by men. But women in nature, they are good people. And they are very sensitive to evil. Maybe you don't know. When you see more women following me, they know that I'm now wicked. I'm only trying to play certain role. They see it in my language. They understand that I'm fighting for their children. I'm fighting for the children. But the men don't understand it. Because men believe in brutality. Men believe in everything should be grand. And based upon the grand, they don't really sit down to really observe well, like how women do. Go to any country in the world. Any country where you see that the country is more racist, the people that are easy to get around will be the women of that country.
That's right.
Just mind what I'm telling you. Just mind what I'm telling you now. You have to study women. Don't mind for other women that coming out. They are being molded by male. They are being molded by male to be a certain way. But woman has nature. They are very good people. And anyone you see woman following, when you see people telling the person wicked, you tell that person good. That person will not pretending to be wicked, but in real life, that person is not wicked.
So in real life, Prophet Key is not wicked.
I'm a good man.
Okay.
In real life, I'm a family man. But
okay, let me ask.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. When you sit on your show and you use words, I follow you most time. When you use words, yeah, and most women are honor. In fact, even right now, majority of the people that got honored are women. Majority are seen the life. I seen almost everybody, very few men. Okay, and let me welcome my boy, my Wendy Castle. My Wendy promised today he will be here, and he's here. But when you using words on your show, the women are there watching you. Do you sometimes have a little bit of remote? We know you're not talking to them, but the fact that they are women, and then you deal with a particular set of people that you're using words on. Not everybody, but do you feel sympathy? Like, because women share the same thing you're talking about, do you feel sympathy?
No, in that light, no. You know why? Because I'm fighting for them. I'm fighting for them. I'm fighting for the children. But
okay.
So when you get a kind of mind, you'll never understand it. I'm fighting for the children who take the zogos and zogis and prostitutes, and the money is there. But few group of people sit on the money, take the money out of the country, and enjoy themselves, and their children are suffering. I'm fighting for them. So they understand it. You know, words can help. Most of the conflict in the world is start from words. Now, when the scripture said God spoke and things came to be, you cannot overlook it because words are very powerful. So I'm using the power of words to get to those people who destroy our country. And the women have understand it, the way I'm playing the role. And we have to be, sensible here. If someone said, George, we are man. You are George, ain't the same man. Not to be real here. You are George, ain't the same man. But you see, other people can take other people's business and put it on their head and forget about their own business.
Yeah, right.
You have to focus on your life. You get your money, you get your fight. Black people will behind time go like thinking like the white people. The white people are bought for because they think in the right way. We pretend to be wise, but we're not wise. Somebody single out someone. Then you say, oh, the men causing women. I will say, no. I causing someone. I single out the person. I causing someone. When you say women, you are the one causing women. But I know who I'm talking to. Everybody get me. The one when you born, they give you me. You don't carry everybody me. They give you me.
The prophet. Okay, let's do a little bit of politics. Only time you want to come in?
I want to come in.
Yeah.
No, I mean, PK explained everything where what a lot of I mean why a lot of women, follow him. And like I stated earlier, has a mother. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I will encourage, my children or people to just use profanity. But like he said, we gotta be selective because what is going on in Liberia, like I stated earlier, you got the council of churches. Our daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters are dying. Nobody is speaking up. Not even the law that is there to speak and protect them. And for me, I feel like if a man take it upon himself to go, to like advocate for our daughter, children, brother, and sister, everybody in Liberia who are being marginalized, and Miss Imperfect Key doing it in I will put it like an unconventional way. That is something for me. I don't see no problem because, like you said, he don't just get to be, cussing everybody mother, but he's being specific, and I just feel like he have a reason. There is a reason behind his approach, and that is something we all have to sit and think first before we just say, "Oh, he's rude." I remember I was one of these people. I remember when CDC before the election, CDC, the man called PK carry on and nothing. I was in this group discussing Liberia. A CDC boy, that boy insulted all the women in my generation, but I didn't give up. Every day I went on in that group discussing Liberia. I was giving it to him. And CDC started the whole, cussing everybody in ways PK is not even, PK don't even use on his platform. I'm not saying it just because Seditian did it, but the fact is that me a crew woman, our boy in the they say when I wish God that somebody bar that your mouth mon dismantle them. Your hands should be like the last option. So PK is just fighting for, the marginalized with his words. That's why a lot of women because we feel that this is somebody who, he's speaking up. He's speaking up for us because in our society in Liberia, as a woman, if you stand up, you try to tell them, say, oh, women are not supposed to talk. And I see a lot of men are not defending, when the little girl is raped, when the little boy is killed in Liberia. Now. So let Key, I'm all for what you're doing.
Marie?
Yeah, it's a lot to tell. I've taken in a lot. But I just want to ask Prophet Key one. I got two questions for him. Are you an advocate for for women protection?
My advocacy is not only for women, it's for everyone. I'm not into that feminist issue where you only talk for women and forget about the male. And now what you see now the world becoming more diverse. I talk for everyone. Women and men, boys and girls, everyone. Not only a particular group.
The second one would be, before we came on the show, we had as Lemfor and Paul do all the time. They send a request through where we have to do research on the topics that we have to discuss. So as for me to be able to deliver very well and ask the appropriate questions, I had to go and do research. And in my finding, I found two or three videos. It's like what Lemfor was trying to say. The words that you was using on a Pacific lady, I think her name was Bess. I mean, it was very, very profound, and that really, I was like, oh wow, I was like, this is like one, two, three videos I've seen, and I really want to understand what is he a political advocate or is he an advocate for women? Because I still don't understand. As in, if George Weah passed the government is doing something that I believe that you are against, that stick in that environment. But my research was finding was specifically was talking about this lady on this. and now it's like, and it's kind of like it kind of got me a bit shocked, and I was like, oh wow, is this how he's his show goes, like I don't know, it was a bit scary for me.
Okay, thank you. But you have to go through the video where and see the reason in which I was talking to her in that manner. This is a woman who paid people to attack other people around. And she even paid me before. She paid me money before to insult people. And I took the money, I ate the money, and I told her I will not insult the person, but I'll make peace between you. So that someone who I know who can throw the rock and hide their hand.
So that's clarity, and Prophet Key, because I was really like, does he have, like, because I was just thinking it was random, like you just kind of like pick your topic like
No,
what we do.
no,
But if
no,
you
I
telling me
don't.
that you know the person and you
I
guys can go
know
down
her.
like that,
I
that's
know her. I know her very well. And she's a person who can throw the stone in her hand. She now gave me $500 before. And I always tell our people, $500 before to go for a Liberian girl in London there by the name of Crystal Musa. Crystal Musa. I should go and call Crystal Musa because she sent a package to Crystal Musa and the package came, and later I'm going to turn the package back and to her. And Crystal Musa tried to send the package, she refused to send the package, and it became problem between them. They were forcing over it. So she came to me, since I get one of the bigger platform, she wanted me to use my platform to degrade Crystal Musa. I collected the money from her. I told the man, I told her, no, I can't do this. I will make peace between you. And everybody saw she the devil opened here because she came on my show and I made peace between she and Crystal Musa. Then another time, they brought a guy they called Christmas City. Christmas City used to be a sedition. Okay? But the ordinary sedition, nobody knew me. I the one that making popular in the Liberian community. People start talking about him because he used to come on my platform. I gave him time. He started going around, joining opposition, talking for the Liberian people. And she went and brought the ball back to CDC and made the ball to attack Yeke Koruba. The ball started to attack Elizana coming, attacking everybody, causing everybody. So I knew where it came from. So I have to go. Because anyone that goes against the Liberian people, I'm coming for you. You will meet me on your way. I'm not coming with gun. All people brought gun to kill people. Today they in power. Prince Johnson brought gun to kill president. They kill people today they in power. Joe Bullet in power. And I keep my mouth up. And everybody got mouth to talk. So when you see me, you have to examine very well, my sis. When you see me going for people, don't just be carried away by the word or fun up. Because even the country we're in, when a killer kills someone, they look for the root cause. Why that person is psychopath or something, when they have to look for the root cause. But don't just come up. That was how civil about it. Black people pretend to know they don't know. You have to always look for the root cause. The reason in which the person is doing this, then you will know. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you so much. I just need clarity because I did have that thinking that you must have some form of connection with that person, because it's just not normal for just someone to just start coming and start talking about this particular person like this. So I said I was looking forward to the show so I could be able to to ask the question and have that clarity. But you know, you're a very intelligent man, and you are very on top of your game, with especially around the political environment in Liberia. Because I did my research, and you said some really great things, some eyes opening things that for some people like us who haven't been down home for quite a while, it's like through my research, I found it to be very interesting.
And thank you.
You got new follower, Prophet Keys?
Okay. So I think we'll transition, like we said, we'll be going here, there, So we'll transition a little bit. But before we do that, let's welcome a couple of people here. G. Mahoney Castle Jr., Unique Bryant, or my own brother, Leroy Moore, we haven't met for years. I don't know how many years, more than 40 years. Franklin Roosevelt, not the former president of America. Now here we go, that Liberia Franklin Roosevelt, and also let's welcome Propo King, as well as Mr. Davis, James G. Blawan, Fatty Circus, EchoJet, you try to pick Prophet Kim up by saying if somebody says something here, you start causing people, you will not do that. So no, don't even bring that one here. Okay, Prophet Key just went in the back, he'll be coming back. And I want to ask you, Prophet Key, if you hear me, I want to ask you. They're talking about Prince Johnson breaking away from the CDC government. And you come from Nima County. In the past, Nima County has been like very loyal. In fact, even up to now, they stay very loyal to Prince Johnson, Senator Prince Johnson, and Nima County people, at least some of them refer to him as the godfather of the county. Do you think if what's going on now continues and Prince Johnson and his MDR walk away from the CDC, you think that's going to hammer the CDC politically or during the 2023 elections?
But they already walked away. The
Okay.
only thing that left now is for the opposition to make good of it. For example, me to get close to them. Because an election is numbered. And Prince Johnson get the number.
And so it's going to really hammer on the CDC performance.
The CDC cannot win a free and fair election. It will never happen. What do you think? Imagine the 10,000 people that George Weah put out on the 4th for the petition. They pay them. They paid to attend. CDC were not paying people before. We call already paid to attend. They paid them to attend. So they don't even get nobody's love because everybody's suffering. Like I said, I give an example. And like your friend who was down, he came to you and said, "My man, help me. I get a project. Help me. When I get rich, I will help you." 2. So you help the man got rich. Then the man forgot about you. He traveling to Jamaica, to Qatar, to Dubai, to Paris, enjoying himself, doing everything what to do, merry making, eating the best of food, sleeping in the best hotel, riding the best of car, bluffing you, mocking you. Then after 6 years, the man come back to you and say, "My man, I beg you this time, hold it late here. Hold it, the $10,000. Okay? Help me again. Let me add my money up. Because now, you don't say help me to get rich now. They already rich. Rich people can add their money up. When you're millionaire, you have to be billionaire. From billionaire, you go to trillion. So now he's a millionaire, you want to become a billionaire. He said, "Okay, help me, let me add my money up." I swear to God, he used God's name. Because cool artists always use God's name. I swear to God, this time I will do it. But let me get you later and hold this. And I want you to do. You think you as a human being, what you will do? You think that man who you help first, he forgot about you, was bluffing you, passing around the world, doing everything. He never knew you. After 6 years, he came back to you. Then he gave you later, and you see the man assets. The man assets, you see the man private jet. You see the man houses. You see the money that are going missing here. Everything, you see everything. Then the man come back, you take $10,000, man. Put it away, help me again. Take that. You see, you help the man. You will take that money, you will eat it, you will tell the man, "Whoopee." Now what can be happening to the job where that whoopee coming so?
Long time I didn't hear that. Paul, you got anything to hit there?
The thing is, I like the prophet because this guy, he's too street smart, and this is the prophet we need in Liberia. Prophet Key, it's good that you establish your own religion. The thing about George Weah and Prince Johnson using the church to throw talks, what do you make of it?
That's a disrespect to the body of Christ. You know, let me tell you something. I'm not Christian, but I used to be a Christian before forming my own religion. A lot of people who know me very well, I've quote often from the Bible to tell you, say, I still got my one for in the Bible. People who really observe me, I think that you have to be smart to understand the way I operate. I get my one foot, even the God name that I use every day. The Christian God name, Yahweh. Who's the Christian that know Yahweh? The only thing because the generation are blind. Oh Yahweh, Mama. Oh Yahweh. Oh Yahweh. They know Yahweh, but they forgot about Yahweh. So I take it from them. I took Yahweh from them. They moved for Yahweh right in front of them. Right in front of them. I worry with Yahweh all I want, but I'm your God. I took your God from them. There's a disrespect to the body of Christ. The church is not a political ground. There's how I can get a point. It's not a political ground. Even our constitution says we must separate religion and state. But now they're not separating the religion and the state. They're just missing everything, or that's a violation of our constitution. You go in the church, you start to talk. I told you the place that you're supposed to preach for people to change to come to Christ. I thought Jesus said, go here into the world and make a disciple. That disciple is making that. Now, any that shit right there, they're not disciple is making. And the Christians are not talking because they are not Christ-like. I feel sorry for them. They are just Christian in the mouth, but not by practice. Those guys need to be expelled from the body of Christ. It's a disgrace. They're not making disciples for Christ, but they are making more enemy and mocking the body of Christ. If they go stay in the pulpit, on the pulpit, then you throw in political jargons. I told you there to bring people to Christ. Now what the pulpit should be for. Let me tell people, I always tell people, when you want to be part of Juju, you must follow the rules. You not follow the rules of Juju, you will first show your dance not follow way. You want to be Christian. Christian get rules. When you not follow the rules, something will happen to you that you don't expect. Not my word. Any set you find yourself in, there are rules. Because the God we follow is a God of rules. Like me and someone talking one day, they say, oh, anything that God can't do does not exist. I say I can prove that wrong. I said, but sin exists, but God can't do sin. They said, oh, I said, yeah, but true. Sin exists. Because me, I'm a hardcore theologian. Sin exists, but God don't do sin. Homosexuality exists, but God is not homosexual. So when you say that God does that, don't think another common thing. It's not for me. When you look at the Sumerian idea, you just say idea. I should use the word religion to make it particular. There is something called a me, M-E. The me, the law or the rules. They say even the gods obey the law. What does that mean? It means the God that we serve is not an outlaw God. People believe that God is outlaw. God can do anything. God can do this. Not possible for God. So not possible. If they say not possible for God, I said they are keeping possible for God. They say what you mean by that? I said be careful. You think God can put stop to day and night? God prayed and said they should not break tomorrow. You think God is a violent God? God has outlawed the law because God put law in place. And God cannot destroy those laws God put in place. The whole world living is made by rules. You know, scientists that do not believe that there is God, they are trying to believe that there is God. You know why? Because the whole world is system. In a winter time, and after winter, spring coming, and after spring and summer, you don't know a system. So scientists believe that there should be a super intelligent somewhere that put it in place. Even though we can see it. So life is all about rules. When you want to be a Christian, follow the rules. You want to be a Muslim, follow the rules. Well, when you go against those rules, those guys will not end good. They will not end well. That's what they're doing to the body of Christ, mocking the body of Christ, going to the church, and turn jargon at one another, fighting one another from the pulpit. They will not end well. That mark my word. They will not end well.
So, Prophet Kid, me follow on this. The religious leaders in Liberia, we know they have this council of churches. Those people are there. Back in the days, those religious people used to be high on the government and they're doing something wrong. What become of our religious leaders today? And they're sitting down there, these people who were not ordained to be pastor, they go in church throwing jargon. What become of those people?
It should not be happening about. You remember a man called Elijah? Even when Elijah killed the prophet of Baal, that brought become the day of Elijah. When they had the king Ahab and wife Jezebel, what is scripture spoken in the book of Kings? That what happening now? All the pastors attend to Pastor Baalim, Pastor of Baal. They're worshiping the Lord, their laws. George West, look at the word Baal in Hebrew means law. Well, which law is that? It's not the law Yahweh. That's the devil. So now all the pastors have become pastor of Baal. They're not serving God again, but they're serving men. So when you turn your back from God, you're serving men, you can become mute. Things that you're supposed to speak against, you cannot speak against and no more. So now you not get the pastor that you need to have. The pastor of God are no more there. The pastor of Yahweh are no more in Liberia. The pastor of Jesus are no Liberia. You get pastors of Baal. You now remember one time Joshua went to the church where the people were buying down in front of him. The pastor laid down in front of Joshua just saying over there. Can you imagine that? And you expect God to talk? No, that brother, the day of Elijah. And even Elijah cried to die. He said, Yahweh, take away my life. It's too much for me. Let me die. What happened to Liberia? The pastor, they have become Baal worshiper. The worshiper of men. They're not worshiping God again no more. So they have become mute. So the body of Christ have been abused. The body of Christ no more respect. And we see now, even like more people becoming Muslim now in Liberia. Because the Christians are holding the ground.
So, Prophet Nick, follow. Somebody asked, they want to know the name of your religion because they keep hearing prophet, prophet. There's a question on.
My religion name is Justice and Judgment.
Justice and Judgment.
And I took that word from the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 18, 19, around there. When the angel appeared to Abraham and were going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And after they decided to leave, they said, the Lord said, let me tell Abraham what I'm going to do to the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, because Abraham will teach his children to follow my law, to do justice and judgment. So I observed that word, I studied that word for many days, many years, justice, to do justice and judgment. So I understand, I said, the only thing that God wants from us, it's not to say, and the Muslims say that the religion is not Islam. What does Islam mean? Even though they made that word up, because the word Islam does not mean peace in Arabic, but the word peace in Arabic is salam. It's not Islam, it's salam. Like the Hebrew says shalom. Okay, they made that word, or we know about that, but they believe that the religion is peace. But if you not get justice, how can you get peace? Is that possible? There should be justice before peace. So I look at our word very well. And when Moses took the children of Israel from Egypt, what did God do? Because God took them from honor the rules of Pharaoh, but when you take people from honor the rules, they cannot live without a rule. So God gave them laws. So that is same justice and judgment. So it was from the Bible I found the need of my religion. Let me just bring it up, people. The justice and judgment, I took it from the book of Genesis. My religion is called justice and judgment.
I want to follow up on that question. So you used to be Christian according to you, but you are no more Christian. You established your own religion. Now, and then in the world there are several religions. Okay, we got Confucianists, we got the Buddha, we got just the Shinto. Yeah, we just name them. Now, under which God is your religion based? Is it the same God on which the Christianity is based, or are you honor some other God?
You ask me the question, I will answer. My God, are Yahweh.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
each time when I write, I say Yahweh Zoo. You don't see the code. When I leave, the next generation will profile me and know that there been no man on the earth like me. The scripture says, "Blessed is he that comes in the name of the Lord." How many of you think the name of the Lord? You ever open your story God name before? When you are fighting me, when we all die, when we reach there, you will understand.
Okay. This is what makes the show important with Prophet Key.
Lemford,
Yeah.
I can just step in with what Prophet Key. Oh my God, Prophet
Yeah.
Key is
Sure.
like, it is like I was just like sitting around on the table having like a nice pasta, and you were just lecturing me exactly what I've been thinking about this church thing with George Weah. You were just like, it's like that presentation was great because they are mocking God, because the house of I call it my father's house all the time when I try to address people, right?
Yeah.
I said, don't go into my father's house and mock him. And to be quite honest with you, that's exactly what George Weah and Prince Johnson are doing. So,
And let me buttress what you say, the house of my father. You're not wrong when you call God your father. In Hebrew, God is referred to as Abi. Abi. But you get the word Abba. The word Abba means father. Now, when you see in Arab country, like we the down people, the Gio, we call God Abi. Whenever Arab man asks you, say, what your God name, you say Abi, you're not careful, they will harm you. They will say you are Jews. Because Jews believe very strongly that God is their father. So when you say my father was, you're not wrong. Because even the scripture, God is referred to as our father.
yeah, because everything you're saying, it's like, as far as I am concerned, every political leader has a house. Like, for example, the executive mansion, they should have a reception room where they can go and have the debate about current issue that's going on. But Josh Weah, I've noticed that, he actually take, the church to go is to kind of like, he's mocking. He's mocking God. And the people in the church, they're like, oh, last Sunday they said, I actually sat down and watched that service. And Josh Weah was talking about his competitors, which is Joseph Jingen Boyka and Alexandra Cumming in church. Whereas all along, this, stigma been going behind him that, oh, he always take the church. I never really believed it until I actually sat down on Sunday and watched the church service on Sunday. He's talking about Joseph Boyka. He's talking about Alexandra Cumming in the church, where I expected him to go there, 1 hour worship, sing enough, maybe take your Holy Communion, get in your car and go back to the mansion and call the people who you want to hear about Joseph Boyka, Alexandra Cumming. Let them go to the reception room. I'm very sure that the mansion should have a reception room where they can go and have this debate. So what you're saying on the show tonight, it is so like, oh my God, it's like you just kind of like say, you just put an icing on my cake, because that's exactly how I've been taking this and been not thinking about this whole church stuff that is going on right now in the election. And I want to ask you one more question again. Are you what do you think of Joseph Boycott? That's it. What do you think of Joseph Boycott?
Joseph Boyka is an alternative, but Joseph Boyka is broke. You cannot win election without money. Now, when Joseph Boyka needs someone, you see in the election, when you already get the people and you not get the money, you bring in someone that get the money to spend it. Okay? But when you get the money and you don't have the people, you bring somebody in that get the people to work with you. Joseph Boyka been in the political arena for so long. You know Liberia politics, the people will be acquainted with you, and that's reality. But how the politics run there. When they know you, when they call your name, people can recognize you around, then you become a political figure and Maradona that people can look up to. Joseph Boakai is known, okay, but Joseph Boakai is broke. So the son now need to look around very well. He's a big brother, he's a father, he's a grandfather. Look around very well and call people who get the money and people who also get the technical know-how and say, my man, come, let's work together. And one thing, don't forget, Joseph Boakai is not good in choosing a good running mate that will make him to win. We saw he and Lupe. Lupe had the money, but Lupe was not known. So it was just shock for people. Oh, Joseph Boakai and Lupe? Just like that. So Joseph Boakai is an alternative, and that's the truth. The people knows it. He can get away there, but Joseph Boakai don't have the money. And you cannot win election without money. Because you need people to man the police station. You need people to campaign. You need people to go in the 15 county. There are places that can't go. You need people to work there. Don't be hungry working there. Okay? You need money. So that thing they say, I'm playing with, oh, the people let me. When you not get money, those who already in the power, that get money, they can change the narrative. So I think the opposition need to come down and sit down, share your food now, get cold now, then drink your pepper soup cold, and call one another, say, my man, say, a design coming, the man, you get the money, and the man too, people already know he have done other things too, in the pay, they all work together. Now, Joseph Boakai can take food now coming.
I want to, sorry, continue. Okay, I want to follow because you said something about and the former VP being known, which we can't take away that fact. But don't you think that the political scene in Liberia is this thing where Liberia has always voted that, we know this person. Let's take for instance Josh Weah. Yes, when it comes to his career as a international footballer, he was well known. But Liberians back home, they took for granted that just because he is a footballer, oh, we know him. We've been knowing him for so long. Don't you think this 2023 is time for Liberians to say, okay, I've been knowing you for 20 years, but what have you done? Can you show me your blueprint instead of it being just the fact that, oh, we've been knowing for 20 years? I think it's time now, Liberians to be, let them be selfish for one and use their hair and, think, say, okay, I love you. We know you, but right now, our country need organic leadership that will benefit the whole country. Because the thing is that with you, PK, with you, when someone I watch your show and you got some people who you call your daughters. Even sometimes someone will tell you, so, oh, but you know what, oh, take it easy on the Pape JMB, and you will announce it on your show. But at times when things are going on, you forget that. You point out, the mistake or something he's involved in. So I don't think we should go with this old thing because that's the way Liberian been thinking that, and that's the way Liberian been voting, and we always get the same result. Like for me, I'm a crew woman. I have like people I know, yeah, they tell me, oh, you crew, why you hit Josh Ware? I'm like, yeah, Josh Ware, people say he crew member, he not know the job. He not know the job. The people put him there because they like him. And why put somebody just because I like you? I mean, we got to put somebody there who can do the job, who can deliver, who can show us, oh, this is what you people elected me for. Oh, look what I have done. So I just think the thing is that, yes, people know the puppet, but at some point now, we Liberians, we need to be selfish now and put Liberia first, like you always said. Because for you, they hate, government, even some people, but you are talking for Liberia. So even if people portray you or misunderstanding you, that is not your goal. You always say, for me, I'm doing this for Liberia. And some of us see that. So I think when it comes to let us sit down, we are in election season. It's time for us to say, okay, I love you, but can you do the job? And I'm not saying that the former VP cannot, but the fact is we have to scrutinize all, everything surrounding the papier. And not just the papier, but even Mr. Cummings, Joshua, even Gongo. We gotta scrutinize everything before we
Okay.
can just say, okay, because the people like him or the people know him or the people did.
Okay.
Okay, let me give me a chance, sir. When I
Yeah,
want
sure,
to
Flo.
drop something, I want to make sense of it. I'm going to mention it. You see, what you say is sound good, but the reality on the ground is different. Liberia have a own way of running the politics. What did Bob Marley say? 2,000 years of history cannot be wiped away so easily. Liberian people been choosing the leader that way from popularity. That's how the politics in Liberia works. And not just 2023, it will change. We're not going nowhere. The fact of the matter, what you say is true. Alexander Kumi is potential a young man who went in corporate America. Like I told someone, most of our people, because I saw Stanton, where this one I wrote, the young member student. The other one I think I require and Cancel. Why I saw the first I said the man I wrote for Jesse, the person why I was I said the man I wrote. So I saw the man I wrote. I'm not wrote. Then men that you didn't know when you have no student because you have to say the truth. Who says it? When you have no student there who have money. It's so surprising. All that year, you don't see nothing in his square. But the reality of the ground is different. Every nation get their own way of behaving. Every nation get their own way of running the politics. Liberia politics is run upon popularity. Now, what made George we have to win? It was based upon popularity. Charter then our popularity. When you call Charter anyway, they knew him. Really. So Alexander Committee is growing. But what you commit support don't know. He's growing. He's growing. That popularity is developing. We cannot change it overnight or return. It's true. We need to change, but 2,000 years of history cannot be wiped away so easily. So it will take time, but it's not now. So we have to make use of what we get now. Then we can stay upon it and work on the future because now we cannot change something without working on it. Before change that, it goes by work. Before you say you want to change the people who are thinking, you have to work on them. The work has to do with education. But when you just jump overnight and say, oh no, we need a change, you'll say that it's not better, we'll get our here.
So Prophet Key. So what I'm trying to understand here is that going back to the popularity bit, are you trying to say that Alexandra Kumi is not that because of what's been going on with the campaign? He's just coming down to like he's not that popular. I'm trying to understand that. What you mean?
Yeah, he's not that popular. We saw it in the first election. He had 7%. And Joseph Braga and George Weah went to the second round. And that's you see, it's hard to say the truth, but for me, I'm making my GP to see the truth.
So
because when you say the truth, it will set you free.
yeah.
For me, you see, one of the smart men that coming onto the police scene at Tewan Bongo. Tewan Bongo really cannot become president now. But Tewan Bongo is burying his brain. He burying his set up. He burying up. And now what you need to do at time for people to know you, because of your politics based upon popularity. Whether you like it, you don't like it, that giant works. When you call it other men name so well, people then can identify them. Oh, I know Papa Blaga, oh, yeah, man. I know that Baga, you will get, and photos. Alexander Kumi is in a game. He's growing. You have to grow. You have to grow in that process.
Yeah, but he's been growing for the past 6 years now, so there should
So,
be kind of bit. And he's been doing a lot of campaigns, and he's been traveling to a lot of counties, so the Liberians should have that, that connection with him. And he's second. He's our blood.
So,
It shouldn't be hard.
Prophet Key, I
mhm.
really like your answer. Well, this Liberia that we all been praying for, I guess you have been advocating a lot for Liberia and you want a better Liberia. Every one of us want to be in Liberia. I guess you want to see Liberia like the place you are now, you want to see Liberia to be like that. So your advocacy and my advocacy and other Liberians around that seeing Liberia is not going nowhere. Will it take another 1,000 years before Liberia change? And my question to you here is, and I want you to be exact on it. We Joseph Yuma Boyka, my uncle, my dad, appeared on Henry Costa's show, said that he was broke and he was on loan. As you go forward, with somebody who already tell you say they broke their own loan, and this person is popular, with your advocacy, with this, and you saying that this is the age-old problem in Liberia, things can change in 6 months, things can change in 2 years, things can change in less than 3 months. How do we accept this that somebody who already say are broke and are vying for the highest seat? Isn't that the same way where George Weah came in? He was broke and he took the office.
But being broke and being sincere are two different things. Being broke and being corrupt are two different things. I'm broke but not corrupt. So Joseph Braga broke. Anybody can be broke. But is he corrupt? That whole looking at. But for me, Prophet Key, I always tell people, Joseph Braga is not broke like people think he is. Joseph Braga got money. When he just got money for election at all. So those that got the money for election need a gun.
Right.
Being broke and being corrupt are two different things. I am broke but not corrupt. You see, we know things can change. But age-old things don't change overnight. That system has been in place since 1847. It cannot change overnight. And we have to know that it will change, but it will not change overnight. What kind of change can take 50 years? 50 years before it will change.
Yes. But
What kind of change that it can happen? Because that thing has been rooted there. That thing that is there is after by the mind. For example, who drink, all political campaign show, the people see corrupt people there. Now it sounds ugly, but it's something that taking root. It taking root. It taking root. As time goes by, after our generation, it will become a normal thing in Liberia. But the only thing it will destroy a salt. Because our body out there say a salt is not a salt. So you have to replace something with something. So we will cause the correct UNM, but we will not kill them. So when time go by 50, 60, 100 years, it becomes a system. So before you try to destroy it again, it has to take another time to destroy it. Liberian people politics is based upon popularity. Okay. I made Barker Matthew, who was political veteran. I want me to bring George Weah in the play because he understood Liberian politics. Because he knew that Liberian politics is based upon popularity. And he brought George Weah and George Weah took over. So we need to unite my people.
yeah, but PK, I want to come in like you said, because you said that our body politics in Liberia is been this way, based on popularity. And my question is that it's true. I'm not taking that away from you, but we have seen, if we go back in history, we have seen that okay, this is how Liberian been electing leaders. But don't we all think? I mean, isn't it time now? Because in my opinion, it hasn't done anything for our country or our people because Liberia is so behind. I mean, I'm not even going to compare Liberia to other countries in the Western world. Let's just stay on the continent. And I'm not saying Liberia is the only country that is behind, but when it comes to, being like 2 or 3 steps ahead, Liberia is Liberia is behind. And it got to do with like the environment, from the social aspect.
Mhm.
I mean, everything. And it's because that Liberia's been voting on popularity. And every time they do that, we see the result, we live it. So that's why, for me, I feel like if we say we want to put Liberia first, individual, we shouldn't put them first. This time around, we Liberian, we have to be selfish for once and say, let's vote for us. Meaning that Liberians have been voting for individual decade after decade, meaning that, oh, we know the person popular, oh, the person came yesterday and ate dry rice with us. But after that person finish eating that dry rice, when they elect that person be eating chicken thigh, they won't even have the Liberians won't even have dry rice to eat. So I mean, this thing, because I just feel like these leaders do that. They play on the normal Liberian people. They play on their mind, and we who know better now. A lot of us who have crossed the water, seen things. Even Liberians travel to other African countries. I mean, we see things. We see that, okay, even though it's not that all countries in Africa are developed, like the country in the Western world, but these people, they have realized that to say, oh, this tribal team has been keeping us behind. This popular team has been keeping us behind. If you look in some other African country, I don't think any country will go elect a footballer who doesn't even have like the slightest, knowledge about politics in leading our country. So it's like we have to just be fair to our nation and say, you know what, yes, this is okay. I'm gonna use the word history. The way Liberian been voting popularity. I like you. Oh, the man can give me money every time he can drive small thing for me. But we gotta make our people to understand that when you let the man, that small thing he can be dropping for you, he taking millions from you. It's not. Let's just put somebody there that will work for every Liberian. Because that's why you see too, when these people they vote for the person they like, and when that person take, is the CIC, that person always say, oh, that these people were there for me. That's why you see every time a leader come, most of them they lead Liberia on the party line or on the elect you line. Oh, you were there for me. They don't see it as, oh, but yes, you were there for me. I'm happy. But now, this position I'm in is for me to see to it that every Liberian will enjoy what God gave us as a nation, our natural resources, opportunity. But I understand, like, people can say history, but we can change. Liberian people are quick to adapt. But if we keep doing the same thing over and over, we're not gonna get no different results.
Right. So, Prophet Key, you want to respond to Orito, and then we can.
Yeah, I want to touch on it so we can then move. I
Yeah.
like this school, it's very civilized, it's very amicable, it's good. But one thing, being popular does not mean you corrupt. Popularity is different from being corrupt. If someone is popular, does not mean the person is corrupt. So in Liberian people choosing people based upon popularity, it doesn't mean our people are stupid. Because being popular does not mean you corrupt. Someone is popular and the person is not corrupt. The people will vote for the person. And the Englishman said, Rome was not built in one day. Bringing a new system, you are building something, it takes time. It takes time for it to build. And so when we're discussing it, we'll get there. But in time, we'll get there. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if I can give my input on that topic. Prophet Key, I hear you talk about history, which of course to some extent uh, will be true, that people have been electing leaders based on popularity, based on I like you. But again, I will remind you about something, an an element to that I like you or the popularity thing. Liberians are like, you know, um, people who love new things, in the sense that if you give Liberian man something that he was yearning for, okay, and then he got it. After he has possessed it, he will say, "Oh, I want to go for the next one." Okay, maybe the upgraded one. Then we all do that. Even those of us living, we buy cell phone and things in there, and, buy new shoes and things. And this is human nature. But Liberians are like that mostly. So I want to believe that this thing about the history part of it, that okay, this is how we have been doing it all the time, and so we think it will continue. I want to see a different side of it, that Liberians love new things. So I want to let you know that it's gone 6 years now. Add a few more years back before 2017 when Mr. Cummings ran, add those years that he prepared, the 1.5 years or 2 years roughly that he prepared to join the race, and he did extremely well by even getting 7%, more than some parties that have been in Liberia for years, for ages. Okay, so and I added other 6 years to it, and in these 6 years he have been reaching out. He's been doing a lot of things. I want to believe that that alone uh, paves the role for Mr. Cummings, because Liberian people want to try a new thing. Let's look at Omer Boaka. Okay, in no way to bring him down. I'm not bringing him down in any way, but we look at a revolving world. We look at a world that is in different state, and as we speak, technologically, the world is moving. Okay, the social media that you and I sit on today was not there 30 years ago, 20 years ago. No. Okay. So things are happening. And if you look at your little daughter there in the house, give her your cell phone. She will even post some things on it that you yourself not thinking about. You see? So we gotta move with the flow of the world. And we need new things. And Liberians, like I told you, Liberians need new things. And watch my word. Liberians will go for Mr. Cummings because they think that he's a new president on the block. Omen Bwaga had played his part on the stage. Okay, he served in government for years. He came number 2 in the just past government. So tell me, in that past government, if you look at the history of that past government, it was comprised of people who are popular also. Ellen Johnson have been popular in the political arena in Liberia. Okay, and what difference did she make? Okay, and along with Omen Joe Bwaka, they were there. So tell me, what new idea that will be coming forth? So we need somebody new. Whether the person feels or not, and let me narrow it down to George Weah. If Liberians have not elected George Weah, that illusion will always be there that Liberia missed the best opportunity. George Weah was the best person, and we did not elect him. Now they elected him, they saw that he failed this money. So I think Liberian people will go for a new person, somebody who has something to offer. And if you look at Mr. Cummings' experience, is not in government. And to close up, you see, government, for me, especially Liberian government, is not a benchmark that anybody can measure by. You see, all over the world, if you come from government job, you go to corporate job, people will ask you, why are you leaving government to even come to look for a job here? It'll be difficult to even sell your CV. But come from the corporate world with good record and come to government, you'll be easily bored, because why? You're bringing ideas. And let me tell you, especially government like Liberia, the Liberian government, it's not a government to work in and say, people have been there and then people know me, I'm popular, and you can use that as measurement. This is a government that the officials are corrupt. All of the officials are corrupt. Whether one person is there and not corrupt, but majority corrupt. Okay. Number 2, this is a government. Your president right now is sitting home and playing music going to churches. And so if this president leaves this seat and goes to a corporate world or anywhere, even to go look for a coach job in Europe, you think he will get it? You will not get it because people know his record. So people serving in the Liberian government to make that as a measurement, as a yardstick. I think the popularity part, we got to get rid of it. And let's try new ideas. Okay? Simple, common example. The Atkins Juice factory they got there called Nakon. Eh? The people that are working there, even the janitor there, they are more structured than our government officials. Okay? Because they go to work on time, they know that if they don't go to work on time, they will be dismissed. But government, we all know in Liberia, that government job, you can go anytime you want to. So, we need a corporate man. And what Liberia needs now, Liberia is like a broken down factory. Liberia needs management. We need good manager to manage Liberia, to put Liberia on course, not to run it. Okay? Before you run a car, you got to fix the car first. So if your car breaks down, you'll not be running a broken down car. You need to fix it, you need to manage it, and put it back on the road before you can run it. So Liberia needs to be managed before any other president can come to run it.
Right. So, Prophet Key, you want to respond to Linford and then we transition because we've been here a little while now.
Yeah, I want to touch you small. In political science, there is something called behavioralism. Behavioralism is where you study the people behavior and see where it's shifting, then you shift with it. Liberian in majority in the opposition bloc, their behavior shifting towards Joseph Boakai. I'm not Joseph Boakai fanatic, but I hate to lose. If you really observe me, I can't control being a loser. I can't control being a loser. The way people can feel good when they lose, I don't feel good. We are left. So I have done all I'm supposed to do, and I check it all. I tell the people behavior. I've seen that majority of the people in the opposition bloc, they're shifting towards Joseph Boakai. And it's not is the second top. And that's reality. But when you say that early government it was corrupt, it was that, but now you have to compare government to government. After early government, the government will get now. You cannot compare early government. So Liberia are missing early days. So that Joseph Boakai days, they're missing. Now people want to have Helen back. So they want to have Helen back. They want to have Joseph Boakai back. That's a simple logic. What you say is true. And it's another company works in the corporate world. They have never been corrupt, like I said. Most of these guys are kind of so roles. But the fact of the matter is, if this government, Georgia government, was better than Helen government, then you get point. But Joseph Boakai, even the job, you would not change nothing. But Joseph Boakai government working is better than Georgia government. And they put missing Joseph Boakai government.
I want to ask something else, PK. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because you said, today, yes, I got it. No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're saying that, the Liberian people are missing, the Ellen and the Joseph Boakai government. But there, I would differ, because the thing is that if we're going to say Liberian people are missing the past government, that was Ellen government. It was Ellen that was in the driver's seat. You understand? And the mistake the former VP did, I remember like 6 years ago, I think it was before or I'm not quite sure, maybe before or after when they joined when the CPP, the formation of the CPP, everything they popping, even like a lot of UP people, they threw Ellen under the bus. They made it seem that, everything that went wrong, it was Ellen's fault. And for me, that was the first thing. As a Liberian woman, I said, wow, because it was so wrong on all stages. Because I'm not here to glorify Ellen, but let's be fair. That Oma, she tore the former VP on her back for 12 years. Even he said he was a park car, but that park car, he had a premium gasoline in it. That park car had the best garage. It wasn't just packed where, dust, nothing, and all the engine were rusted. She saw to it that, okay, since you say you're packed, but I will see to it that you have all the comfort. So for me, if you saying that, Liberians now miss the past government, but that was Ellen government. Ellen was in the driver's seat. Ellen was in the driver's seat. And she's not in the race now. And for me, the opportunity the former VP missed, he missed that when it was the time when he became chairman, because it was the time when Liberian was going to say, oh, now we're going to see Pape Boyka, how he rules, his style of ruling, how he will rule. But when he took over as chairman of the CPP broke away. So to say that Liberian missing didn't mean that Liberian missing. It's Ellen government, because my Ellen, like I said, she was the driver. She was putting in all the gear.
Let me
Finish, brother. I'll finish.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Finish.
You see, government have team. One person cannot make a team. A group of people. And Joseph Baga playing a key role in Helen government. When Helen leave the country, she was going by the constitution. Joseph Baga automatically becomes president. He run the day-to-day affair of the country. Now there was Joria Lee, he will leave Maggie there. Now Maggie at that session, he will be Hachimokole and Musa, how you call it, in there? No, Helen was going by the constitution. So the thing at teamwork. It was not just Helen alone. It was Helen and her entourage. Helen and her team. It's like football game. One person does not make the team. Everybody get a part to play. Even down to the coach.
So let me chime in so we can transition, because I joined the conversation with Prophet Key. Prophet Key, as a religious person.
Paul, before you chime in, I just want to. I'm not saying anything, but I just want to warn a few people here. Prophet Key, as you all know, on his show, he will tell you words are allowed to be used. And we talked to Prophet Key, you're on the show. Prophet Key said he abide by all rules. And we also gave the warning out to you that are following the show that we are not here to insult anybody. So we have one hero figure, he's calling Mr. Cummings okay. That is not allowed. I'm going to take you off the show. I'm sorry that I will do it, but that's not, nobody is insulting anybody. You are not.
Take him off.
No, I'll take him off because he's inviting other people. Will be, somebody who loves Mr. Cummings too will begin to react, and then will degenerate into some funny argument. That will not encourage. Next time you can come back for tonight. I'm sorry, we'll take the evening. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Send him in Facebook prison.
Thank you, Linfo. This is what I want to flow with this. Prophet Key is a religious person. And I know he read the Bible before he transitioned to his religion. It's written, once a man, twice a child. When I started as a kid playing football at the age of 5 to 16, I could run two hours non-stop. When I reached 30, that running speed reduced. When you reach certain age, say 65, that's when you sit down and now you go into retirement and you go on holiday. Perfect Key. My question to you, because this is not about popularity now. Somebody tell one, Cummings, there are a lot of young people with new ideas coming up. Should we ignore those people and say, Lord, let's go for somebody because the person is popular? Why can't we look at the platform they're running on? As a prophet, you talk to me here. Let's have the discussion before we transition. Give me your time on this.
But you make it easier for me because you talk about age. And age comes with experience.
That was it. Talk to me. Yeah,
It's,
make the
you
thing.
see, it's the experience. You see, you are an elderly man. You get vast experience. Age
Yeah, but
comes with
we talk we
experience.
look at experience, but what experience is a good
No, yeah,
experience or
yeah,
bad
perfectly
experience?
flow because yeah, flow. He talk about
Yes, they
experience,
will
and I
ask
talk about
all the
retirement.
questions.
So he gonna flow. Let flow.
We'll ask you all the questions today.
No, me, I let your platform. I let your platform. I let
Big.
the platform. Because we're talking, we're making sense. We're not taking side. Even though you
Right.
people are ANC people, but you people discussing the issues.
Yeah, that's what we
It,
spoke.
it's very civilized. You see, all people like have me, they put see, I buy me, but look at we're talking normal thing here. Everybody pushing their point. So it means that you people too, they're setting up a hidden agenda that is good for the country. If that too, we cannot take a blind eye to. But the issue here comes with experience. Okay? And when I see old men acting foolish, when I really want to argue on you, I can go extra mile because I don't expect for old men to be foolish in certain way. Because you get vast experience, you're supposed to get remorse, you're supposed to get self-control, plenty of different things. You're supposed to get it. So I think we were talking about young people here. So yeah, a young man. See the young man, the young man. So I think what we need, because the young people are energized. The young people look like the engine of a car. They can make the car to move, you know? Yeah. But somebody need to be driving it. Somebody need to sit down and drive it while they're making the car to run. That will have to bring the old people in to help us. We cannot do away with old people. They're also getting old. Now at 47 years old. How will we say that yet? I've been bashing old people. Must say I'm getting old. How you be saying that yet? You speak and the old people when you say you're getting old. We all getting old. And old age comes with experience. So the young people need to work with the old people. We have to work hands in hands to move our country forward. But if we're looking at young people, Georgia is a bad experience for young people.
But for me, can I come in with the age thing? I won't say that,
Go
just
ahead.
because the person is old, he or she cannot perform. But one thing I would say, PK has a Liberian woman, and I know my inbox will be fuller after what I'm going to say. And I'm not going to generalize all older people in Liberia. But let me take like a country like Nigeria. Okay, countries in Africa that make it a little bit different from Liberia. You see, like, because you as an PK, the Morocco you're living in, there are other people from other African countries. Here, I see my other African
Yeah.
friends from the country. When the father, let's say, for example, you have a company and he reaching a certain age, when you have a girl child or a boy child, it doesn't matter the age. But from the age of 20, that part or that man, I don't want to use the word force, but they will start introducing that child, to the way, the structure, how to lead a company, everything I got to do with the company. Even the child you like it or you not like it, they will force you. Meaning that because they're thinking that the day I die, at least I'm leaving something. I just don't want to leave a building. You understand? But in Liberia, for me, I'm speaking as a Liberian woman. I will tell you like this, PK. The elders in Liberia, they have failed we the children. They have failed the generation after my generation. I mean, me and you generation, and the generation after us, and the generation after us. Because my thing is, if you as an elder with wisdom, for me, I'm the first grandchild of my grandfather. That's why you see when I'm talking to people like, oh, you're not a typical woman, but my grandfather is like this. He was educated. The thing is that growing up as a young girl, I was this type of young girl, I wasn't a typical child. I asked questions. And you know, my mom entered that raised me. She used to beat me. She said, "Shut your mouth." He said, "No, let her express herself." Growing up, my grandfather used to like be telling me things. What I'm trying to say that some of us experience, you know, the elders back then before the war, the way they were distributing the wisdom, the way they were distributing wisdom and experience. But after the war, today the older people, no, they are the one destroying our future. They are the one. They will sit there. They are the number one contributing factor to like our daughters are being raped. I remember before the war in a community, any man that put him on Goma, the elders in the community, they will see it will happen 1, 2, 3 times. I'm not saying they will tell and say, "Oh, leave the man." They will say, hey, let's have a meeting. They think you're doing, we not like it. They think you're doing, we not like it. We see every day, you just beating a girl. Take it easy. They will keep warning that person. I'm not saying they'll say, but now the elders with wisdom, number one, we don't see the wisdom. So for me, does wisdom have to do with the fact that you as a male elder, and I'm not just referring to JMB, to all the elders, the council of churches, in church, the killings, the rape of our daughters and so, things are happening. Where is the wisdom? Where is the experience? Where is the knowledge? So for me, the elders, they are the one damaging Liberia. They are damaging our future. Till they start showing other things, I have very hard time. I would rather get in a boat by myself, row as a woman to get to the other side. Then the elder will tell me, so, "Oh, jailway. Because you be waiting. Whoever one can kill her, will kill her, and I won't die. And I'm not, like I say, yes, Asian experience is good thing, but one have to utilize it in a way where it will benefit the people after you. And I'm not seeing that in Liberia. I'm not seeing that, PK. And this is, I'm not just referring to the former vice president. I'm not seeing that. And I miss that. The way things used to be, like the elders would just come, and we, the generation of children, would just say, "Oh, something happened now." I'm not seeing it.
Okay, but I don't know, but I think we got to transition and try to close up because we've been here for about 2 hours now. And,
PK done well. To be honest, he done well.
Yeah, he's done well.
Oh,
but I think I have one question that I will ask, and probably the rest of us can, give our one rounds, and then Prophet Key can probably take the evening. But the question I wanted to ask Prophet Key, there are people who say Cummings is just new, he doesn't have experience, but and in fact he's not popular, he doesn't have a number. But then there are other parties in Liberia or political leaders in Liberia who got more number in their belief more than Mr. Cummings. But they say the only good ticket can be Mr. Cummings going as vice president to JMB when they know that, or they themselves are saying from their belief that Cummings is not popular, he get no number. So does that mean that they want JMB to lose? Because if they may not popular, why would they want him to be second to JMB? Why they can't go for the popular parties and make them second to JMB, but they want a man who get only 7% to go with JMB? How do you think about that?
Okay, let me clarify this. When you look at the past election, I think Cummings came fourth. I think I'm right.
Yeah, okay. It was George Weah, JMB,
Joseph Boaka,
Bronsky.
Yeah. Cummings, but the Cummings came fourth. Okay. So let's look at the logic here. Those people are saying that Cummings is not popular, but he should go as a vice president. Because Cummings came fourth, and Cummings is still alive. The man who came there, the man is there.
Yeah, but his party stayed there. The party stayed alive.
Nobody there. Because you think that people politics is based upon popularity. Nobody there to fill in that gap of that man's popularity in the Bronsky party. Nobody there. So that what we're looking at now, said Bronsky was there, and now he no more around, and nobody there because that belongs is a figure. You cannot trust it. It's a figure. And young Kanga, she not get leadership ability. It's not because she woman. The guys are usually we need them. We see them when the person vipers of Liberia. So now, Kumis automatically he have transitioned to the position of Bronsky. So that when you see they say, oh, he should go with Joseph Baka because nobody there that can go with Joseph Baka. What can we kill forth? So the men who are there at Kintel, the man is there. And the man, whole party is here literally. So now, Gomes is the only one that can go with Joseph Baka.
Right. So, Prophet Key is so Prophet. We're having a very fruitful discussion here. He have said it all. And for those who first time following our program, can it like our page? So when we're on, you can come on. We're also on the live online radio. It's live. We hear 3 days a week. Sometime on a special day, we'll come in. Like today, it's a special edition. We call Bringing Prophet Key in. Prophet Kid, you said it all. You have made your case, and you're looking at the Liberia setting. But I want to ask you one question. I want you to predict this. You've been one of your friends. I've seen you on his program many times. Waterspoon, and the situation that have happened to the brother, and they asked Liberian to pray for him. So I just want to ask you, as a prophet, what would be your can you prophesy what's going to happen to the brother? Is he going to be let out, or what's your prophecy on this?
Are you praying for him?
We don't need to prophesy, we need to see reality.
Right.
When we prophesy, we will not see our way through. We will prophesy. But when we see our way through, what will we prophesy? We'll see it's glaring. What else is going to jail? What else is going to jail? There is a serious crime. It also have attachment to human rights. Human rights are being violated somewhere. Because people let you play with. It's not just ordinary crime. There's a crime that got to do with people's life. You gave me what certificate to go tamper with people's life. So there's a serious crime. But you see, Liberian people, they don't value human life. And when you see, anytime when you Liberian people, you have discourse, you have the first thing, they want you to die. You will die. You will this, you will die. Don't watch them. Because they don't value human life. They saw people eating human beings, people putting people hair on the gate, intestine. So for them, it's just normal thing. For people who live in normal life, in normal country there, don't think are beating. What else is going to jail?
Okay, let me follow up. Let me follow up, Prophet Key. When this thing happened, there were mixed reactions. There were people who were very much in sympathy with Stanton, and there were people who were kind of like the same kind of sentiment sharing that he was or they were violating human rights, so nobody should feel sorry for them. Then there were the group that were asking for people to pray for him. And I don't know, you being a religious man, how does religion look at such thing where somebody is committing willful crime? The person this thing happened was not an accident, to say somebody put him into or it was not accident, but that was willful crime where you plan and you know the consequences, and then people were asking for people to pray for him. And sometimes if you say you don't want to pray for him, then they think that you against him or you against God, the will of God. So as a religious man, how do you look at it? Somebody engaged in willful crime and then people want to pray for him.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter here is this. Religion, special Christianity, and it's also because we are monotheistic religion. It's a fight between good and evil. The fight in religion is between good and evil. Good should overcome evil, and evil want to overcome good. So if you say you're a real Christian and you're a religious person, you will not pray for evil.
No.
You will not pray for evil because this man is evil. This man is a sinner. This man destroyed people's life. This man took the money, he used it any kind of way. He's not always said every Liberian get their own criminal they can support. They have always been at all. All Liberians get a criminal they can support. You know in Liberia, when you're not done, they need you better. Who want to be a better? Nobody want to be a better, everybody be a done. And when you check it, all the done that, majority are social road. Majority of the done there in Liberian setting, if you look at that word done is a road. But nobody want to be with better, everybody want to be with done. So those people there, most of them were benefiting from the man, were benefiting from the crime. When you see most of them on the spoon to the planted, they're not ready because they go hear anything good. Their platform discussing it is relevant, it makes sense. We are battling with knowledge. Everybody dropping knowledge. When the opposite talk, the opposite get a fair chance to talk, you see how everything is in order. But you see the problem that time when you listen to me before, oh no, you are listening to me before, Allah, all that kind of thing, they be doing it. When they go there, most of the things when they go there, one day will be their luck, they don't get their mind. Most of them online show because they born in that person again, 10,000, or 4,000. Most of them go self-trap. That is where, oh, see why you, all that thing that if that were baking, they were baking over there. Most of them went to bed if that were baking. So when you see they say they pray for this man, they are just criminal as well and criminal sympathizer. But we, the religious people that understand the religious science, because religion is a science by itself, there's a fight between good and evil. A religious man cannot pray for evil to reach. Everything you learn have to be punished. Any crime you commit, sin has to be punished. Before God forgives you, have to be punished. I always say there is no, or the wages of sin is life.
Wow.
Okay.
The wages of sin is death.
Yeah. Romans 3:23. No, Romans
So it means
6:23.
automatically, anything you do, you have to be punished for it. The wages of sin is death. So how are you here now? Most of the guys are now Christian based upon sound manner. How do you know people there? They just run the Christian religion, they just make it something away. They just tend to pray for miracle now for money to drop in the sky. What people looking for? They don't want to go to school, they don't want to look for bread, they just see that they will go to church, they will be Christian for miracle to come. For them to soon happen for them. And they see baptism here, but the sweat of your faith, you will eat your bread. So they mean baptism to work. But they don't want to work, but they want to be praying for miracle. So I need to meet them in the church. Because Jesus performed miracle. So if they go to church, what happen for them?
They want to be done. Okay, but I think guys, we got to take our round now, and the prophet will farewell, and then he will give his final word, and then we can let him go because we've been here for 2 hours now. So let's start with Mary. You've been silent for a while. What is your final word to the prophet? If it is a question or just probably what you want to tell him.
Can you come back again?
I'm saying that the prophet needs to go. We've all been here over 2 hours, so we need to do our final rounds. It could be your last question. It could be your final word to him and stuff like that, so that he will give his closing, and then we can all get out of here.
Yeah, everything that's been said on the panel on the panel tonight is like it's just really kind of like it's very educative. I've learned a lot. One thing I will say is that I will ask you kindly, will you come back again? Because I enjoy the discussion so much. Like I've never been so moved, but because it's always us. But tonight I'm so moved because like you draw me into this, like you just kind of like capture my brain and say, "Hey, you come here, learn." So it was amazing.
I put you
I want you
salute
to come
you.
back again.
The prophet said,
It's
"Put you
a good
Celine
thing for
Dion."
it. It's a good thing.
I wasn't expecting a reader. I was really expecting, so I was so scared, when I do my research.
No,
He's amazing.
I can't do that. I can't do that. Really, I can't do that. No.
He's amazing. Like he just kind of like draw my head and say, "Hey, you come here, learn." That's amazing. I want you to come back. I'm very serious. Can you please come back again? Like, please.
But this is my second time. I'll come back. Anytime you need me.
Yeah.
I'll come
Okay.
back. I'll bring up platform here.
no,
It's
and
really great.
Marie,
Yeah, everything he said tonight, like, is everything for peace say tonight. Like, that's why I just with reference again to the learning bit. It's just like everything is like what my brain's been on about. Like everything he said, coming down from the church, coming down to the popularity. The only thing I would disagree, I would agree with my panelists, which is Arita and Paul and Len, for what they say Liberia do need a change. So that popularity thing, like I think we need to kind of like push on it for them to kind of like push in to say no, we need to transition. We need to and this, I think we had a few shows back. We'll talk about the transition, about the JMB. And Prophet P made a very good point here tonight about the JMB, about the previous guy, I think brown skin. Like it's what I was saying earlier about JMB. In every political environment, you should have someone that your eyes is keen, kept on, most especially when it coming to run development and growth. Because that guy passed away, there's nobody left in the party to take over the party. So now the party is empty. You see what I'm saying? So that's what Perfect Key is trying to say. Perfect Key, I'm trying to tell you that I agree with my partner, because the Liberians, they need change. And what's the guy's name? Mr. Alexander Cumming? He's definitely bringing change. Like, this is for real. So that's all I want to say. I don't know what you're gonna say about that, but I believe Liberia need to accept the transition and the change that is coming their way. And you have a very good platform. You have lots of people following you that you can keep pushing out. Put the extra, what's the popularity, you know, I would call it default. It is a default because it's like they are blindsided. So kind of, if we keep pushing the fact that Liberia needs to change and accept the transition that is coming their way, because there's great people on that land that is so intelligent that wants to shine, but because of the ex leaders, if I look at George Weah, I think George Weah is Charles Taylor, because he's holding along Charles Taylor government and Charles Taylor mindset and Charles Taylor strategy still in the government. So if you look at George Weah,
Right.
I look at George Weah. I swear to God, I look at George Weah. I believe we are still in charge of the government. We have not transitioned out of it. So someone like your platform can really push out this kind of word that we need to accept the transition. We need to accept the change. Cancel JMB and accept Alexandra Cumming. Just give him a trial. This guy is a business strategist. He's a business accountant. He knows so much in the business environment. And there's lots of private sectors in Liberia that is undeveloped. We had JMB. I'm sorry, we had Charles Taylor, zero. We had Miss Ellen, very, very, she's my favorite lady. I love her books. I got her books, zero. Now we
Marie,
have Charles Taylor, zero.
Marie,
Yeah.
yeah, just one perfect key. I think we had a fantastic program. What happened? Maybe somebody might have reported our page, so the Facebook had just blocked it now. So it just dropped. It's frozen. So you hear me?
Yeah, you hear me too?
Yeah, hearing you. Yeah. So they just cut off all. So it's only on YouTube now. as we talk, and it's on the online radio.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
so
it went off Facebook. Because I hear, when I hear the people always come to her. Because I hear.
Whatever they
Even before
do,
I come even before I
whatever,
show you, that easy.
mm, whatever they do, you got your warriors with me in your corner. Nah,
I
yeah.
so, but
It's
anyway,
unfair.
we found out Facebook will notify us what happened. We'll get to the bottom of it. But it was really good having you here. It's your platform. As
Mhm.
election get closer, we'll bring you back again so you can give your
No,
prediction.
you guys are welcome because like all we do, we're talking about all content. You know, you are Liberian first before being part of any political party,
That's right.
and you always be Liberian last. So,
Exactly.
so, so,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
it could be, all we should be, you know. And me and my sister Rita have been working behind the scenes. She's a good person, you know. She understands me. And myself, so now we could go, I want another on the show, or understand, I want to go, I want another again. And, you know, so, yeah, in that, you have to understand your partner, because we are all partner, we are all team, we are fighting for our country.
Yeah.
Everything you are saying, it makes sense. So you get now and be praising Joseph Baga and be because you have to scoot on the you have to see, hey, you're ready for the job. You have to say, you're not coming to be another job here. And you know, so everything you're saying here is true. You're sending message out there that the old people let young people down. You
Yeah.
know, so young people
Yeah,
want to take the job in here.
actually, we are
And
still on the
everything.
Facebook. We're still on the Facebook.
You check it?
Yeah.
Yeah, check
You
it. We
back
stay
now?
there. Yeah, we are there. We are. But you see that red sign? It shows that. But we are there. We got 65 people following the Facebook and 5 people following this.
I don't think we there because yeah, it went off automatically.
It
Yeah,
went
even
off.
for me,
It
or
went
for me,
It's
Linfa.
gone off, Linfa. It's only on
there. It
YouTube.
went off. It
Oh,
off.
okay.
It went off.
It's gone
Okay.
off.
The
It's only
battle
on
line,
YouTube.
it's only showing. So it's starting to show that what owner.
Yeah. Okay. But
Because the
I
same
think
time
it was a.
what you can see now, so it go up.
I think it was a good show, and so Prophet Key will say thank you very much. And
And at
anytime.
the first time doing it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
first time. No, but don't worry about that. We'll fix it. We don't have problem with Facebook. We'll fix it right after it. So,
Well, you develop country, you have to face it.
oh yeah, that one no problem. We test
You
Yeah,
we
need to
test
develop interest.
we test Facebook right now.
you
No, no,
have
no,
to
no.
face it. Yeah, you have to face it.
But
And
you got new
King, I
follower
just
today.
want to tell you, say thank you for today's show. We just had this, and because of you, just now we have
Yep.
1,200 followers.
And
Just
live, it was
now.
over
Challenge.
100
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah. So
124.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we go more than that.
Thank
We
you,
go more
Biggie.
than that. But that later I have to go on to share on my page. We
right.
go more than that. But that's yeah. We'll continue. Anytime you need, we have to discuss the thing that concern our country. And no matter they following, I always see when they try to have the show, they try to report the show because they following.
Yeah.
That is a sign that they following. You know?
And one thing too, because Marie and me, we're gonna have, because most of the time on the platform we talk about politics, but Marie and me, we are decided to talk about other things concerning the society, the social aspect. And I know you're one of the person, you help a lot of marginalized youth, the one who calls support. So one of these days want to have you on the show. At least you can
All
talk
the
about
public
it.
discuss all subjects of the country.
Yeah.
Everything concerning our people.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes, because of course the politics is important, but there are other things happening too.
Yeah, you're right.
And knowing much about that, more than us. So
I
we
think
want you to-
they temper with our Facebook account, but my own private Facebook account is still running.
Yeah, your one is running, and then YouTube is running
It's
because
running.
I've seen it on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they actually temper with the bottom
No
line
matter.
Facebook. Yeah.
The bottom,
No matter what.
the bottom line, what
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll fix
So
it.
your one is running, and then the YouTube is running. But
Yeah,
this great. I see somebody just come and they say, "Great show, guys! Thanks for sharing
on
the prophet
YouTube.
with." So
Oh,
prophet,
we get
man,
you too.
on
Hama. Yeah, on
yeah, it's
YouTube.
on. Yeah,
Yeah, I should do
they
it.
gone for it. Now they're going for you, Limpo. They just
They
take
going
you
for
down.
me.
Yeah,
They take me now.
they
Oh,
just took you down.
Okay, don't
ah,
worry.
serious.
My umpa is it. My I know what to do.
That one more. I will call one of these days to talk to her. That the only
Okay,
person me I get for
okay,
in my
guys. So I think we need to wrap on now,
no, I
and
care for you too, my brother.
Okay.
we need to
Thank
wrap on
you.
and let the prophet go. So prophet Key, we discuss this. Yeah. So we will have you back at any time. I know as election approaches, and we'll discuss the issue. Thanks so
Please
much.
send me the how you call it the YouTube link too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Thank you so much. Regards to the family. It was
Okay.
great having you here. Yeah.
Lovely to
Thank you.
see you.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay. Same
Okay.
See you again.
Bye bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Ciao
Good
ciao.
night.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Bye.
Yes, Marie said was good because he know, what you just exactly what you want us, all the topic you want us to talk about. He's kind of,
So
he have no
so
idea.
before we get into
So the
discussion,
people block
guys,
us.
No,
we stay on
we stay live.
we stay live on YouTube. So we're gonna
Oh
for
yeah,
our
we live
followers
on
on
YouTube. So we have
YouTube, because Facebook somebody have hacked our page, we're going to shut this down now, and then we'll see until what happened from now to Friday to see if so. On this note, we'll say goodbye to our audience that are following us on YouTube.
YouTube.
guys.